How many of you go home every night and want to do your homework? You love doing your homework. No one. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you that we don't need to do homework and it's not necessary for your academic learning, and that the work we do in class is enough and sufficient for your learning. According to Time magazine, a 2004 national survey of 2,900 American children conducted by the University of Michigan, the amount of time spent on homework is up 51% since 1981. So we are doing 51% more homework than they were doing 30 years ago. Like that is a lot. Like all that time that you're just wasting. Now think about how much work you do during the day in your classes, especially elementary school through high school students that spend their entire day in class and then go home and they're doing all this homework. Kids are getting run ragged, they're tired, and they don't have time to just be doing all this learning all day. According to educational psychologist Pamela Wharton, adults, whether educational policymakers, teachers, or parents, hold consistent views about homework. According to them, it has many purposes, among which are the encouragement of academic learning, the development of skills and attributes such as student responsibility, learning, autonomy, and time management. However, all of these things that they think homework is needed for can be learned just during the day. Academic learning comes from being taught, like from your teachers. That's where the learning comes from. They teach you. And even time management can be taught just during the day. If a teacher says you have these 2 assignments and you have this much time to do it, then they're learning the time management of how much time do we have to do this assignment and this other assignment. So even if a lot of teachers, you would go up and be like, yeah, I don't want to do homework. Obviously, they're not going to believe you and they're going to say it's necessary and you have to do it. Even if they just cut down the homework from the 3 to 4 hours that many kids have just to 1 hour, that gives these kids or college students 3 extra hours of things that they can do to relax themselves and calm themselves down. And some people, like Karen Asherson, a student at California State University, say that homework should be practiced and should not be incorporated into the student's grade. That way, they still have the homework, but they're not stressed out. They're not like, oh my gosh, I have to do this to get this grade, and it's like a lot of stress on them. Then they'll say, okay, I have to do it, but it won't be as stressful because they're not getting a grade for it. So imagine you come home from school, either between classes or you're younger and it's at the end of the day, and you can read the book you want to read, go to the mall, catch up on your favorite TV show, and then at the end of the night you've already showered, done your laundry, and you can actually go to bed and get the 8 to 10 hours of sleep you're supposed to get. And then you wake up for school the next day, and you can learn because you didn't get 3 hours of sleep, so you don't fall asleep in class, you don't not pay attention and not learn because you're so exhausted. You actually slept through the day, and your health will get better because it supports your immune system and it supports weight loss, getting all that sleep. Then children are going to be ready to learn a lot more than if they have 3 hours of sleep and they spent all day doing work and now they have to do more work. So next time your professor gives you an assignment that you feel really wouldn't help your learning experience, ask them. Maybe if you actually say, will this help me, then they'll be caught off guard and be like, oh, maybe it won't. Or, I know you probably think your professors won't do that. Do it for yourself, and if you have a lot of problems you're assigned, maybe find a couple of kids in your class and split up the problems, and then if you're only doing a piece of it, then you're going to have a lot more time, you'll get more sleep, and then you'll do even more learning with all